Dadgummit. Give me a sec here. I got an update from Google. Let's do it. What is it? Okay. Yeah, that's better. Now let's go check the stream here and make sure. Yep, that's what I thought. Hang on, everybody. We're getting it all figured out here. So I was wondering why. How's that looking? Let's take a look here. There we go. There we go. I can see it on my phone now. Everything's all getting fixed up. Yeah, so apparently every time, for some reason, Google does an update to my system, or Microsoft does, and it completely jacks with my graphics, gets set to the very lowest of settings. And I noticed something was up when I was playing Space Engineers, because I started screwing around with it, and suddenly I noticed, wait a minute, most of my crap is messed up. I noticed that, oh wow, everything looks grainy, and like it's Legos on top of Legos instead of just regular Legos. Anyway, got that figured out. Anyway, folks, welcome one, welcome all. I am Badger Wild, and y'all know me. Hopefully, y'all love me. I would think y'all do, because y'all there's 4 of y'all watching the stream right now, so hopefully y'all like me. Right now, today, I am just simply doing a small APC build, and I like this build slightly, except the fact of I got this all set up and was basing it on this, and I realized I messed up. And this is I believe 7 to 9 block wide APC, and this is a much smaller APC. So I'm gonna have to redo this, but I'm gonna keep this because if I were to get the room on it, yes, especially the Windows 11 ads. I have Windows 10, I believe, and they're fixing to kick me out of that, and I am so effing pissed over that nonsense right now. But yeah, this thing was looking pretty good. I'm going to do like a rear hatch to get into it, which is going to come down. Hopefully we don't have another situation with like what happened with the Mastiff that one time, if y'all remember that psychotic nightmare. So for those of you that don't know, back in the Survival Under Fire era, I built a massive mobile base we called the Mastiff. And the problem with that thing was every time I would lock the other hinges to the system, the Mastiff went insane. It did it twice. Second time, it completely annihilated the base. The first time it went insane, it turned around with its right front tire and bitch slapped me across the freaking base. I'm sitting there, I'm like, whoa, screen's all red and everything, and Gomer's running up to me like, dude, you gotta stop it. What'd you do to it? What'd you do? I'm like, I don't know what is going on. All I know is I was over there, and now I'm over here. And I'm really hurting right now. But yeah, that's what happened with that one. Anyway, we're gonna try and make this thing work today. I know what I did wrong with it. I'm using the new blocks to make this all work. Oh yes, yes, yes. That's really helping the screen and everything. That is awesome right there. It's one thing about the Space Engineers now, after all the years of working on it, of playing it, it runs so well now. It runs absolutely so well. So instead of doing like they did on this particular unit, which will enable this thing, also hide to the third ghost hand. You've probably been here before. I don't know if you changed your name, but I don't remember you being in the chat ever. I may have seen you before in one of the earlier live stream areas. Wow, that's kind of grainy right there. Or kind of jumpy. Hmm. It's not jumpy on my screen. It must be the connection giving issues. Oh, oh well. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, number 6 here. And here's how I'm going to build this. We're going to go here. And I'm going to build this out a bit. Let's just do the whole drag and click thing and just get us a nice good length. I don't know how long this is going to have to be. I just want to get it somewhat working good. I should mirror this, really. Just for the moment. There once or twice, always had this name. Okay, so that explains it. Because I was sitting there thinking, I think I've seen this guy before, but I couldn't recall what stream you'd been in. That was the thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, third ghost hand. I mean, he's not a regular, but hey, he's here today, and we appreciate him. I don't discriminate against anybody. If you want to come in, you want to watch, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, let's get this off mirror mode here. So the plan here is to build an armored personnel carrier, and I'm using the new blocks that we've got recently. So this is going to give me a lot more room to play around with. Plus, we have the new. Let's see, where is that? Number 5, number 3, suspension. I believe this is right. No, that is not right. Let's flip that around. There we go. That's 1. And 2. Now that'll work for the back chamber. The one thing I noticed was when you, and this is why I'm doing it up to 3, because I realized something was wrong. When I stopped here, crouched to get in, and every so often it would stop me. Yeah, right there. See where it just kind of just stops you at that moment? And there's enough room to get in, but I want to be able to get into this thing rather quickly. So that's one issue right there we're going to solve. Now I got to get rid of that stupid wheel. Plus, it also gives me the ability to slap on a more centralized turret. I realized if I was going to put a turret on top of this thing, I need something more centralized. And I'm going to need to do something eventually. My plan is to, as far as the channel is concerned, let's see. Do I want to not have a... I kind of do want a space between those 2 wheels. So we might make this just a tad longer. I hate to do this because it's getting big already as it is. There we go. That's that there. Now, I don't know where this front section is going to go, so we're going to work from back to front, pretty much. The cockpit, I could do this. Hey, it really doesn't matter which cockpit I use because they're all pretty much going to be the same. So it doesn't matter which one is in place when we utilize this. I kind of want to do this one, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick with this one here. And I'm going to set that up front where it's reasonable. And then try to figure out how I can set another one in there. This might be big enough that we're going to get a really nice little deal. If it works out and it looks really good, I will definitely put it up on the workshop. This will be vanilla, by the way. So if you guys want to build it, it's going to have a custom turret, probably 2 main guns, and I might put a timer block into the main gun turret. Actually, I could do that. I could put a timer block in here, and that would give you offset fire. So in one shot, the other one would shoot right afterwards. You just and just have a really nice main gun. Probably 2 twin turrets, 2 twin guns side by side. Auto cannons just pop, 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 just shooting just to take care of armored targets and stuff, and then slap like a minigun on one side, or y'all could just put whatever gun turret you wanted on there. Put a cannon on there. I don't give a crap. Give that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons. If y'all know that reference, please put it in the comments. So now we're in the process of an area where I really despise playing, and that is, or despise using mirror mode for. And that is for the nightmare that is adding stuff inside of here, because I've got to put in enough space to have, let's see, I got to put enough space in here. Yeah, I'll turn mirror mode back on here in a minute. I need enough space that I can get a set of seats in. I'm going to set those right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that works. That works. Let's see. Maybe we can add like 1 more here. That'll do. That gives us 4 good seats. Trying to get this thing. If you ever seen the interior of, oh, what is it? If you've ever seen the interior of the oh my god, it escapes me at the moment. The APC from Aliens. If you've ever seen the interior of that monster, you know what I'm up to right now. Because that thing is cool. That thing's cool as frick. And you have all that extra stuff going. I think I can probably get away with another tire right over here. Let's look at this for a moment and see. I could put something right there. No, that's not what I want to put down. What did I put down? That's oh, I mirrored it. That's what happened. Huh. Huh. You can see my mind is just about to lose it. Let's see. I think that one thing goes on the bottom. Yeah, that's it. And then we put at least 3 in between there. And this is where I run into the first issue. Because, dang it. We have that seat right there, and I need to put a freaking wheel there. And that becomes a major issue, because now it's going to interfere with the symmetry of the whole vehicle. Dang it. I did that because I wanted to put... There's really no way around it. Let me see here. M577. Yes, that was it. Little known fact, you can actually build one of those. They apparently, I don't know how they built it, if it was just a model that one guy piloted, because it does look like they used kind of what Peter Jackson would call like the bigatures. But the vehicle that was in there was actually one of those old what were they called? The little luggage things at the airports. Third ghost hand, is the armor panel floors so it can be lowered to the ground? Yes. This gives it a much... See, the problem, this is an older model APC, and if you look at it, where the let's see, we'll just go inside here. It's a very well built BTR. You go in, you can see where these, let me turn that off real quick. You can see on my cursor here, oh well, I had a cursor. You can see right here these 2 little skids that are coming up. That's the wheels coming in. Now, before we didn't have Hun slit. That might be what it's called. When they made Alien, this was the cool part about Alien. If you ever watch like how they made it, they just went to an to a airplane graveyard and just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. The interior of a lot of the big ships and everything is nothing more than an old bomber cockpit from like what was it, a Strato Fortress or like a B-52 or something. So all that stuff in there is old B-52 and super fortresses and Strato Fortresses that were decommissioned for the B. Well, it's not B-52. It'd probably be like the B-17, B-18s, and all of those were just all those parts were taken. They took a whole bunch of stuff. When they got done with the movie, they turned around and sold all of it. Well, the movie went through the roof, so everything that was used on the movie was expensive after that because it was used in the movie Aliens. I think they did that for Aliens and Aliens 2. And that's what they did. They used like the Hunt sled, but that was how they built that one system, and it was amazing. See, I don't know if I can do all this crazy stuff they did right here, but we're going to try and do something a little different. We're going to try and bring all this down as low to the ground as possible. Because one of the things about tanks, and this is a problem I have with this APC also, is getting in and out. But the one thing you know about armored vehicles and stuff, if you build them, there's very minimal armor most of the time underneath it. So what we're building is we're building not a short bus. What was I thinking there? Short bus. Yes, we're building a short bus APC. Dear God, we're going to send a bunch of Marines into battle with that thing. Dear God. No. No, what we're going to do is I'll have to set this thing up to where it'll be real low to the ground, so the lower profile, as it moves across dunes and everything and behind cover, it'll be able to take advantage of more cover, while at the same time you still have the 8-wheel suspension and all that good stuff, and everything is still high enough off the ground. It still has plenty of clearance. Also building everything out of heavy armor because, yeah. So let me see here. Let's just take this seat. I wanted to put something over here and just keep everything asymmetrical, but that's not going to happen. We'll put that there. Then for giggles, where is my... Ah, there we are. We're going to put a... let's see. I could do this, and it would be really interesting. That would make things different. And then... That's really far forward. Alright, there we go there. And we just wrap that joker. I'd like to put it right there. But I really want to stick it a little bit further. I don't know how that's going to work. As far as... I give that thing enough room? Yeah, that's enough room. Okay, so that might work. That might work as a baseline layout. Because one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to put two programmable blocks right here. And probably line up a couple of batteries, which we'll put those in right now. Where's my batteries? Number 3. Alright, there's our batteries for that. We've got 2 of them. Though no, I don't think that's enough batteries at all. We're going to have more. No, why did you try to do that? Let's we're not going eco-friendly with this thing. I just think a couple of warning lights would look pretty good. Alright, we've got a couple warning labels there. Or, let's see. Let's keep everything kind of balanced. I'll have to find a different place to put these because... Actually, I might just put them here. Put one there, and then we'll just match 3 of them on this side. Okay, so we got a 4-man APC that can run up to 4 guys. We've got an awesome looking gunner position, an impressive looking cockpit there that can be hopped into. Now, the other thing I need, number 4, we need a timer block. I think a timer block will do it. And I just need a system in place to where I just need to set the timer up so that every time the gun is fired, the other gun fires right after it. So, do I have a better looking timer block? Yes, that looks better. Automation timer block. Sweet. Where does that look good at? Right, it's got wording right here. Oh, wait. Ah. We'll put the wording that way. And then third ghost hand, wicked cool. Super curious to see how you fit everything. Your inspiration only has 2 seats, 2 passenger seats. No, it has 6 seats total. It has 4 passenger seats with 2 working seats. One is the main driver. The other one is the guy running the turret, which I'm going to put on top of it. And so he'll be able to run the turret and provide support. Everyone will be able to run in through the back and get in. So you'll be able to run up to about 4 or 5 guys. Yeah, about 6 guys will be able to hop into this thing. Whereas the other APC, this one here, can only run 4. And they're going to be similar size. And this one will actually be smaller and a little bit more compact. So we're running, these are actual passenger seats right here. Let me hop into one so you can see here. Yeah. You can see right here, this is actually a passenger seat. So you're going to have 4 guys set up right here with more guys. And then I've got to set up power supply and all that other stuff. Because this thing, I'm going to have to just throw some power into like a small reactor. And then these batteries are what we're going to use to power the whole thing with. And I need the power supply has to be close enough that I can access it, but far enough away that I can still get around everything, if you catch my meaning. So we're going to need, dang, probably be a better way would be to take those batteries here. Like I said, this is just an APC. It's not meant to be the biggest, heaviest thing on the planet. We'll probably just put these up here. Like so, because that's about even, and then we can just build the top to it afterward. And that makes for a pretty good APC when you stop and look at it. It'll be impressive. Now on one side here, I'm probably going to line it with some other options. This here is going to be main ammunition storage and whatnot. We need that to pump up into a, God, I need that to go to run a series of, I need that to go through a series of pipes so I can run ammunition storage. So let's do that right now. That's where the ammo storage is going to go. Let's see. Now here's the kicker with the ammunition storage. I have to come up with a way to put ammunition into this without losing the ability to operate inside of this vehicle. Which is going to be hard. Because, for one thing, these tires are in the way. This is just super compact. Like I said, super, super compact. That's what we're dealing with right now. Some super compact stuff. And this is probably going to become a serious thing as I just work on this and get it done. I'll probably work on it next time. But anyway. So, yeah, like I said, we've got the ability to run 6 passengers. That's a squad of guys, which is what you need for an APC. And you're also going to be able to run a machine gunner and a guy to operate this thing and drive it around. And I'll do the thing I normally do where I just take these front wheels and I'll just set them up to where they'll just go whatever direction they want to go. The back ones will just remain stable. So the other thing I'm wanting here, let's do this. We need storage on this machine that I'm building here. Nope, not that. Do this and number 5. Set up a nice weapon rack here. There we go. And that is working out just beautifully. So then the other is, like I said, the other issue is figuring out how to load this thing. And I think probably the best thing to do would be to put a loader, just a port, a connection port on the turret up top, or just set a connection port somewhere back here and then set the turret somewhere up here at about the midsection right about here. So it's far enough back, a lot of it doesn't get hit. We want the power generator to be in the back because if the front gets hit, we're in trouble. This puts as much armor between us and them as the enemy, between us and the enemy as possible. So let's go back over here to 6 real quick. And I would like to put a one deal in. Let's see, one deal. I would love, absolutely love, to put some type of deal in this thing where it would work a little bit easier. But that's probably not going to happen. I need to probably, number 8. That'll give me plenty of ammo to run the thing. Two of those. And then that enables us to recharge everything if I want. The problem is we don't have a block that turns something into an access port. And that would be amazing if we had that. Just an access port block where you could just access the system and then put stuff into it. So what might have to happen is I may have to figure out some way to get a character on top of it, which is going to be a pain in the butt. Huh. But we've got storage there. We've got interim storage and plenty of room to walk through this thing. And it should run fine. It'll drive. I know it will. You'll have to crouch to get into it. And then the plan is to put... let me see here. The plan is to use some rotors. I don't know how well the rotors are going to work moving the door up and down. That's an issue there. I'll have to figure out somehow. Because normally what I would do is I'd put a hinge on the back of it, but it's so low to the ground that if I do that, we're going to run into an issue of things hitting it and messing it up. That's going to be an absolute issue in its own right. Little things. It's the little things you got to worry about. But this thing will be about the same width as the BTR over there. And if y'all want, I'll do a review of this BTR because it's actually pretty cool in how it works. It's old school, meaning it doesn't use any regular block. It just uses a programmable block to run its turret. So it's an old school system that it still works really good. So let's see. We've got this asymmetrical design going on here. To an extent, it's asymmetrical. Let's see. What do I want to put down here? I've got to, at some point in time... Dang. At some point in time, I have got to put a turret control block in here, and I don't remember where I'm going to put it at. I wanted to put it right here. But adding that timer block there has made things a little more difficult. I don't know if I'm going to need 2 timer blocks or not. So, we might put a second one there. And is there any way? All I need right now is just temporary. All right, let's do the... Before I go, I'm going to have to go here soon. But before we do, let's get some of this started here. I already know how this is going to go on. No, 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 no. We're going to get us a nice line of stuff over to here. And yeah, this is going to be fairly open, but for something that's meant to get close and not cause too many issues, it should do fine. I say it'll do fine. Alright, we got that done. I'll have to work with this front end at some point. But we want this there because... shoot. How was I doing this again? Okay, back to the controller block. Number 4. Let's go down here. We don't want that. I would love to have this thing and just slap this event controller right here, which I think would be a good idea. I think I can do this and make it work. Ah, it doesn't look good. Rick! Why does it not look good? Okay, here's what we're doing. We're taking out that turret control. We're taking out that block there. Or are we? Frick. Let's take this stuff out here. I'm going to put this block here. I'm going to take that block out. And... where's our timer? I'm going to put the timer there. I'm going to put... let's put this turret control block right here, shall we? I really hate putting it right here because once that gets hit, the fight is basically going to be over for this vehicle. That still just doesn't look right. Oh wait, I got an idea. I know what I can do. We're going to take both those out. I am going to set that there. Let's set this here. And then I need this block like that. And because this is, I forgot, this thing's going to have to go up top. We're going to use the event controller probably. Hopefully I can make this all work. Which is big maybe. Big maybe I can make this all work. But if I add, I'm going to have to add one more block. I don't know how I'm going to add that block in. But basically what we're going to do here is we're going to have this nice little double screen looking thing going on. And that looks like small communication system right there. Just set up to run the entire system and keep it going. I almost didn't realize it, but I actually probably could have stuck that right in there and made a curved computer. I could do that right now, actually. Let's do that instead, because that looks way better. And then I can figure out what to do there later. But yeah, there we go. Actually, I could squeeze another battery in and just put the turret control block on top of it. Let's do that. We get a little more power. Actually, I can turn the warning label that direction too. Make use of that. Now, I think it's number 4. Number 4, I think is what it is. And let's find that event controller that we had. We'll put that there, and then I ought to be able to shove this up here, and that'll just be cool as AF, because now we have everything that we need to make the turret system work, and this looks like a small command unit sitting here on the side. And that's going to make this thing look really cool once I get back to it. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to take off here because I didn't get as much time on this as I hoped I would. Um, just working now. And that's the thing I'm considering with the channel, because as of right now, I'm going to put this other side on while I talk about this. Right now, I'm reaching a point channel-wise where something's got to give at some point because of the economy. Okay, and that's where this is actually coming from. Normally, I don't have problems, but I have told y'all guys that my plan is to, if I can help it, to never monetize the channel because of YouTube and their nonsense. I really don't want to have the entire channel dependent on them. But it's reaching a point where I don't know. I may have to monetize at some point just to get a little bit extra cash. That'd be the only reason to do it. Wait, why is that? Is that where it needs to be? But yeah, the problem I'm having right now is, it's what everyone's going through. Everything is expensive. You got not so much money. I'm not begging for cash. Like I said before, I'll find a way to keep the channel going. But I know some of y'all have been wanting to know. At least 1 or 2 people have told me in private. They're like, yeah, I'd like a way to help the channel out, but there's no way to, donate or anything like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's the unfortunate fact of not wanting to monetize. But looking at it now, I'm realizing probably not going to have too much of a choice in that very much longer, because, like I said, economy is a bitch right now in the States. And I can tell y'all right now, it doesn't feel like anybody really cares. Up in Congress, at least. There's plenty of people that do care, but it doesn't feel like you're going to get any kind of help in this type of an economy. So the plan is, I'll put a poll up and I'll see what y'all think about it, because ultimately, like I have said before, this is a channel by a fan for fans, and I don't want to do something that is going to make y'all mad. If y'all decide no on the monetization, and you decide no, that's not worth it, because I mean, the people that are going to get affected by this, I'm going to get a benefit. The negative that you guys are going to receive is going to be, well, you're going to get inundated with ads, all this other stuff, and I don't know if that's what y'all want. I don't know if y'all want to deal with those ads. If y'all sit there and say you don't want to deal with the ads, then fine. It won't be that. I'll come up with something else. I'll do like a T-shirt every so often or something else like that. But I'm at 1,000 something subscribers, and one of the things that I have talked about, especially me and my wife have both talked about, is she keeps asking the question, when does that make money? Because if it started making money, it would help. And I mean, like I said, it's not that we're in financial distress. It's just my finances are getting tight enough that if I don't do something now, there's going to be a point where I'm going to start going into the hole. over things. Like I said, I'm not sitting here complaining about what I have to do in life. If I have to work harder, I have to work harder. But it would be nice to make money at something that I enjoy, especially talking to you guys. I'd like to get paid to do that because that'd be the first time in my life I got paid for something that I enjoyed doing. Which this is something that I really enjoy doing with you guys, is talking with y'all. So like I said, I'll put that up. See if y'all want to handle the channel getting monetized. If you don't, that's fine. I'll figure something else out. If you do and y'all don't have a problem with it, we'll monetize it. Just understand that I'm not promoting any of the products that will be advertised on the channel if I do it. So that being said, anyway, if it doesn't work out here, the other option is I can figure out how to. I'd have to get a new streaming system, and this is another plan that I have in the works. I may eventually do is get a different streaming system than the one I'm using because they charge for multi-streaming, and I may just multi-stream over on X or Kick. No, Kick. That's what it is. I may multi-stream on Kick because they seem to be running pretty decent. I know there's crazies on Kick, but what are you gonna do? There's crazies on YouTube as well, but could run on Kick and do some cool stuff there. And y'all be able to monetize over. Y'all be able to just donate on Kick if you wanted to. But like I said, it's not that. And I hate coming to this point because the plan was to just do this just for fun. And now I'm sitting here. I've got a lot of people who watch and subscribe to it, and every so often my wife looks at the channel and she looks at me and she says, "You know, those views could make money at some point." And I'm like, "Yeah, but that wasn't why I did the channel. The channel was there for my mental health. That was it. I started doing this a long time ago because life was tough and things got better, and now life is throwing a curveball at me again, and I hate to be the one sitting around here complaining about it. I would much rather just run the channel and not have to worry about money, but I don't think there's any way around it now. So, and it's not something I want to do. Let me make that abundantly clear. If I had a choice in this matter, I would not be doing this. But the problem is, working construction like I do, when the economy goes bad, there's a limited amount of time. Carpenters are the last people to get hit usually in an economy because everyone's already got the money set by. You'll have years worth of work until about the 4 year period. I don't know what's going to happen because if something doesn't change in this economy very soon, I'm looking at a 4 year recession in carpentry. If certain people get into office, we're not going to name who, but the economy worked better under the last guy than it does this current one, and that's the only reason I would be voting for the last guy that was here because it's the economy. That's what's killing me, and I'm not the only one here in the states that's having problems too. Everybody is just suffering right now, and it's just we're all looking at this saying we need to come up with a better plan. When you're sitting there like, oh God, we need a different option. Am I saying that my options are the best? No, this is like South Park where it's like it's a shit sandwich or a shit on the stick, and those are your options. I don't particularly like either person, but one of them did a better job with the economy than the other one did, and I'm not being political here. I'm just stating a fact. But if that were to change, things would be optimal. But my luck, it's always the worst case scenario that happens, and so I'm looking at the economy is going to keep going the way it's been going for the last 4 years. And I'm at the point in carpentry where the first term, and it's not, I'm not being political. This is just how it works with carpentry and construction. The first term, carpenters can survive until about the second term, and then all your work starts drying up and things start going behind. I've done this multiple times. I've done this multiple times. Um, Go in there, build up an entire savings account, and then the entire savings account gets drained within 4 years. You're just slowly pulling money out because you need just a little bit to keep going. And there's not enough people. And it's not that people don't want to hire you, it's the fact of people don't have the money to hire you. And so when people don't have the money to keep something going, you got to kind of work around that at times. And that's what's going on here. I'm having to work around this. all the crap that's happening at the moment, as well as an economy that's just right now reaching the point where people are saying all the all the jobs that you could do as a carpenter have now been dried up. And I hate to throw all that out there on y'all, but I'm just trying to explain the situation enough so that y'all understand this is not me being greedy and saying I'm going to take money. It's not that. It's things are getting difficult right now. And I understand a lot of people are hurting. And if I could get paid, if YouTube is willing to throw some money at me for views, by all means, y'all can just watch the channel, watch the videos. I'll just say watch the videos 2 or 3 times. Y'all could support it right there. Just if I could make another $50 a month, that's how close it is right now. It's like I have to make decisions, and the hard decisions are always the worst ones to make. And this is one of those hard decisions where I got to say I may have to do something that I didn't want to do with this channel, and that may be having to happen. However, if I get paid, that justifies me having more time on YouTube. It justifies me making more content. It justifies me doing something different on this channel, not changing anything up. We're still doing live streams and video game stuff, but I don't know. I may get motivated enough that if I could get more people to watch the channel and do like a machinima, who knows, may do the next red versus blue. Because I'm at the point now where I'm like, something's got to give and nothing else is giving. So we're about to make a couple serious changes here real quick that are only going to benefit you guys as the viewership, which means if I get paid, the content quality will have to go up. Um, I'll still do videos like I normally do, but there will be a project coming in the background where I'll be doing some editing or something like that and probably trying to make something cool for you guys when you get to come on. You'll be like, "Oh, this is really cool. This is really nice. I'm glad Badger made this for me." So, anyway, yeah, uh hate to drop that heavy on y'all cuz it's supposed to be a chill stream, but it's been one of those things where it's not like a spur of the moment thing. I've been worrying about it for about a month now. And that's kind of the reason why I haven't been on as much as I have been, because whenever I got work, I just have to do work. That's why the everything got moved over to here, because while normally my kid's at the house on Mondays and I would have kind of a day off, now it's gotten to a point where if you got work, you're going to have to go do it, if you know what I mean. Mostly my schedule is pretty flexible, but now it's gotten to a point where it's becoming inflexible, and I have to make that hard decision of, well, do I give in and monetize the channel, or do I hold out and hope to God that everything stays the same? And I'll be honest, hoping that everything stays the same is probably not going to be a good thing to do. I'm probably going to have to give in and just do something, or get something done and work, do some type of monetization and just increase the quality of the channel. I am gonna try and get a better a streaming system, so I can multi-stream, so I can stream on YouTube and on X. That's going to happen, or on, not X. Why am I saying X? It's Kick. It's Kick. It's Kick. But I'll probably stream on Kick, and I'll still stream on YouTube. But if you guys like want to head off, bonkers, dude. Well, I'm glad you're making it work, and as always, I'm happy when you find the time to stream. Well, the thing is now, I have worked on Tuesday. It may not be a full hour stream. Like right now, it's not going to be an hour stream because I got to run right. This is my lunch break that I'm on when I stream. So usually I have scarfed down food and hopped on. That's just the price doing this. But if it gets to a point where I make money at this, like I said, I could justify this a lot more. I can sit there and say, hey, I'm gonna could do 2 streams a week if that doesn't overwhelm everybody. But about 12 o'clock seems to be when most of y'all are on, and I like it when y'all are on. Um, but the thing is, doing it during the day requires me to do it during my lunch break. So I was like I said, I was going to do it Monday because Monday I'd have my kid, and then my boss was really lenient on that. But now he's come to a point where he's like, look, we've been nice about the kid, but we have got to have people to work now. And I'm of the mind, and it's gotten bad enough where I'm looking at the finances and looking at how things are getting closer and closer. Like this is the thing that kind of tipped me to talk about this was I wasn't going to say nothing, but what tipped me to this was this is the first month where I haven't been able to put any money back in the bank account, and I'm like, oh crap, we're at that point. And that was a big wake up call because I got a phone call from a little personal stuff. I got a phone call from the bank, and they watch the system because they know I'm a good customer, and they go, "Hey, we noticed you didn't put anything in your account this month. You've usually dropped a paycheck by now." And I'm like, "Oh, I haven't." And then it hit me. This is what happens at about this time. This is the 4 year. This is the fourth year. So I don't know what's going to happen. One, and it's like I said, it's not political. It's one guy's better with the economy, and the other guy has turned the economy to shit. And I'm just looking at it going, likelihood we're in for another 4 years of bullcrap, and I'm just having to look at it and say I need to do something different because, well, it's your family. You have to do certain things for your family. You have to give up things for your family. Those are the hard. I can't tell you how many times I broke a finger, broke a foot, got my arm cut open, mashed my hand because we were low on bills and this stuff. I didn't grow up rich, guys. Okay, I'm not Hassan Piker, and I say that not as a badge of honor. I say that as I am not Hassan Piker. I wish I was Hassan Piker. I wish I had that fool's money. But anyway, let's see. I'll read the rest of the chats here. Powell seems determined to keep inflation high until at least November. Yeah, it's going to be tight for everyone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can last till the end of this year. But like if I could get an extra income stream, just another $50 that I could put back for emergency money, and it was consistent, that would help. If I hit 100, oh, I'd be golden. An extra like $100 a month would be wonderful. But if I can just do 50, that would be great. That's why I said I'd probably just do Kick, and y'all could just head over to Kick, and if y'all want to donate, you can. Like I said, any money from y'all I want to be voluntary. I'm not going to sit here do the channel. We're not going to put up like the subscription service and you get access to this cool stuff if y'all pay money. It's going to be if y'all want to help out, you can, because I know y'all are. If I'm tight, y'all are tight. I see videos of kids every day, every day. YouTube drops a video and drops a short, and I watch this kid teary. I'm watching young kids that are just teary eyed, can't make ends meet, losing bills, and I'm like, damn, dude, I wish I could help you out. I really do. I feel for that kid. I watched one where it was a young guy and he was just screaming into the video into his phone that he couldn't make ends meet and his rent was costing like $2,300 and I was just shocked. And that was before his utilities and I was like, dear God, mate, my God, people are suffering like that. I don't know how this is going to go because I've looked at my dad told me, he said, part of the reason you had guys, and I'm going to say something that's kind of sensitive, but my dad always told me, he said, part of the reason guys like Timothy McVeigh and all that came out, like the Unabomber and all of them, he said that was about the time the economy got bad. People just started going nuts because they had nothing left to live for. And I'm like, I've got to make money. I've got to come up with a way to put a little bit more food on the table so my wife doesn't worry about all that. We both work. There's nothing special about me. And I'll tell you guys that right now. I don't get any special treatment other than my boss understanding me having my kid every so often. Of course, he likes my kid. She sits there and talks with him all the time. And she always asks like weird questions about carpentry and stuff, and he just tells her all the stuff. He's an older guy and he's a bit of a grandpa. So anyway, yeah, and like I said, this has been a decision because I've said in the past I don't want to monetize. Once I monetize, I'm pretty sure once I monetize, I'm going to get smacked by YouTube's guidelines or some other bullshit, and I don't want to do that. But like I said, at the same time, you understand, and I say this a lot because I'll tell y'all a little bit about myself. I usually joke with people that I started the world getting canceled because one of the things that my dad did back in the day, he worked for a company. They started a union. When they started the union, the union bosses realized that my dad was a troublemaker and they didn't want troublemakers, so they kicked him out. He didn't get any protection from the union. Him two other guys that had started the union. There were three guys that started it. Him and those other three guys lost their jobs, and then my mom and the other two guys also had jobs in the city that I lived in. All six of them lost their jobs within 24 hours because the people that were running the company were also on the city council, and they had a lot of pull. And until I was about 7, we lived in the middle of nowhere, um, in a shotgun shack that when the wind would blow, the drapes would lift up. It was the most pathetic. I think it might have been some kind of storehouse that they just converted into a living space, but they didn't put any. There was little to no insulation. Every morning I'd wake up, the drapes would have frost on them, and it was a very hard life. But growing up, one of the things that my dad always did was he taught me how to, work. And he said, look, he would do odd jobs around everywhere. He would work on stuff. He knew how to do some carpentry, and I learned how to do carpentry from my dad. And my dad, I remember one time the best lesson my dad ever taught me was, I asked him one time, I said, hey, I'd like Pokemon Yellow and a Game Boy. Is it possible for us to buy it? There was no asking dad, will you get this for me? It was, can we afford it? I understood it at at about 5 years old. There was no way I could get. You didn't ask mom and dad for things. You asked if they could get you things because money was just tight. And my dad looked at me one day and he said, I'll do one better for you.